Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's your boy Chris. Here at Financipation, this channel is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financial emancipation from generational poverty. So, guys, today we're going to talk about a subject that's going to piss some people off. It's going to make a couple of people mad, and it may trigger a few of you. It's going to be kind of possibly similar to a few of my relationship videos. And this one is going to be about financial advisors, and in my professional opinion, why you should not use them almost ever. Like I said, this video may trigger a few of you all. I've already gotten a couple of comments from people I've talked to pretty much on IG, Instagram, Facebook, social media, and things like that about this particular topic. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have an MBA in finance, and a lot of the people I see out here on Instagram, I see out here on Facebook, and I see out here on social media that are calling themselves financial advisors. They're just selling people, for lack of a better word, snake oil. And I would not take any financial advice from them at all. And it's actually interesting because a couple of days ago, I saw an individual with literally no financial literacy at all, basically marketing a class online, saying, if you pay me $1,000 and go to this weekend Zoom meeting with me, I'll teach you the secrets to success that millionaires use. And I actually started talking to this person offline pretty much about some of the things that they're pushing. And it's really sad because what they're pushing will most likely lead you to bankruptcy court. So when I actually approached them about that, that individual blocked me. So basically the reason why I want to do this video, everyone, is because I want to kind of go over why I think financial advisors, for the most part, are something that you should avoid in your journey to build generational wealth. So step number one, self-educate yourself. Guys, ladies out there is nothing that you can't learn pretty much online, on the internet, on YouTube, through a podcast, or through reading one or two books pretty much to educate yourself on what a 401k is, or what a 403b is, or what a 529 account is, or what a custodial account is, or why you should go with this index fund versus that index fund. There is no reason why pretty much in this day and age, basically, that you cannot teach yourself to fish. And I want to make that abundantly clear to you all, because you don't need someone to help you to start investing. Doctors, engineers, lawyers, pilots, they have to spend years pretty much learning their particular craft in order to become proficient in what they do. But when it comes to being financially literate, that's not necessarily the case. And in many states, in more states than not, all you need pretty much to become a financial advisor is a GED. Think about that for a minute. So do you really want somebody managing your $100,000 portfolio, your $1 million portfolio, your $10 million portfolio, if they basically have the high school equivalent of a GED or the certification of a 2 or 3 week work course? There are financial advisors out there, people who are doing that kind of stuff. That's rule number one. Also, at the time I'm filming this, there are well over 100 credentials in regards to a person to get in order to call themselves a financial advisor, over 100 credentials. So whenever I talk to financial advisors and they tell me what their credentials are, I like to ask them, okay, if that's the case, why didn't you get this credential? Why didn't you get that credential? Why didn't you get this credential? And I don't say that to be mean or to be rude, but in general to people, you don't need a financial advisor to pretty much build generational wealth. Secondly, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. Instagram has made it very cool to be a financial advisor. I'm a personal trainer. And in addition to being a mechanical engineer, I have a personal training business. And in this particular business, I constantly have people send me friend requests or send me IG messages or whatever, where they're wearing bikinis or where they're wearing basketball shorts and no shirt and stuff like that. So I'm kind of used to being in that world. I started knowing something was getting very weird with this whole Bitcoin thing, the whole cryptocurrency thing. And the same people who were sending me friend requests or sending me workout plans or whatever as a fitness model were then trying to turn around and say they were cryptocurrency experts, or they were financial real estate planning experts, or they were good at doing taxes and liens. So the same individuals I saw basically sending me bikini shots or whatever in one video talking about they were teaching people how to cut weight and how to build muscle. These are the same people 2 or 3 months later that were telling me to send them all my financial information, my bank statements and stuff like that, so that they could basically help me build generational wealth. It's crazy when you see this kind of stuff. And hilariously enough, these people would also send me screenshots of people whose names they blocked out that had $40,000 turnarounds or whatever on their investments, or $55,000 turnarounds or whatever that they invest with these people with. So I'm like, I don't know you from Adam, or I do know you a little bit, and you honestly expect me to believe that you are now this highly competent financial advisor? It's a joke, people. So that's why I say Instagram, social media, Facebook, and a lot of these other, in the internet, for lack of a better word, has made it very cool to be a financial advisor. And I'm telling you right now, people, avoid that stuff. Next, fees. Imagine for one instance, once again, this is financial emancipation. I don't live in a world of opinions. I live in a world of facts. I'm a mechanical engineer. And imagine for a minute, let's give me an example for now. Imagine I basically give you $100,000, or even better yet, you have $100,000 in your portfolio. Let's say you're investing this $100,000 and your return on your investment is 6%. Now, let's say your return on investment is 6% and the person you're working with charges 0% fees are pretty much to invest your money. And the reason why they're charging 0% to invest your money is because the person who's helping you invest your money is you. And because you are helping you invest that money over a 30-year period, based off of the amortization rates and things like that, and interest rates, and as far as how your money could potentially stack itself, over 30 years later, that $100,000 you were investing could easily become, in this example, I'm gonna say $450,000. Now, let's flip the script. Let's go backwards. Let's say you were investing $100,000, that same $100,000 investment or whatever, and you went to a financial advisor. And let's say this financial advisor was only charging you 2%. Well, 30 years later, because you went to that financial advisor, instead of you basically having $450,000, if you had managed it yourself, your numbers based off of the amortization rates will only be about $285,000. So I'll say that again. If you manage that $100,000 yourself, you basically would bring home a profit of roughly about $450,000 30 years later when it's time to retire. If you go through a financial advisor who's only charging you 2%, that $450,000 that you should have is only going to be $285,000. In other words, your money, you basically have lost over 38% of your money pretty much was wiped out because it went to a financial planner. And that's only with the 2% fee. The last time I actually spoke to a financial advisor, the person I was speaking with was trying to charge my wife and myself 5% pretty much on her fees. I literally laughed at her. And walked out. I mean, it was a joke to me. So like I said, people, the next reason why I'm telling you to not use the financial advisors is because of the fees. They're not worth the fees. Fourth, financial advisors essentially get paid three ways. They get paid by the session that they work with you on, they get paid by the hour, and they get paid by commission. So essentially, the more policies that a financial advisor sells, the more commissions that they get. So they're basically incentivized to essentially sell you a product that may or may not be in your best interest or whatever to go with, because the more they sell you, basically the more money that they get. Essentially, to make a long story short, people, they sell risky dreams. I don't want to say to broke people, but they sell risky dreams to people who are somewhat at risk, because the idea is, okay, if I sell you this and tell you all these lies pretty much of what I can do for your finances, you're going to buy more product from me. If you buy more product from me, whether that product goes up or down, my commission is going to go very well. I've met financial advisors that is literally their strategy, to sell people as much stuff that they don't need with the idea on the dream that hopefully something does take off. And in the event they do, that person can get more money. So they're incentivized to sell you products that you, for the most part, don't need. 5, financial advisors profit off of your fear. This is also something that I hear a lot. Lawyers, they don't represent themselves in court. So why would you try to handle your finances? A doctor basically does not operate on himself. He hires another doctor. So why would you want to invest your own money? If your car or your house is broke down, pretty much, you wouldn't work on your car or your house. Actually, to keep it honest with you, I will work on my car and my house. And that's basically what I tell any financial advisor that I have talked to that has kind of tried to tell me this fear mongering spiel. Basically, people, there is no reason in the age that we live in the age of the internet, in the age of Google, in the age of basically YouTube, in the age of in the age of the internet, that you can't, or even take it back to the past, just reading a friggin' book. There's no reason, people, why you can't self-educate yourself on the matters of heart. There's no reason pretty much why you can't self-educate yourself by reading a book, by listening to a podcast, by going online, by doing your own research. There's too much information out here, people, for you to pretty much have to rely on someone else. The next step I want to talk about, these financial experts, and I kind of went on this a little bit earlier, these financial experts that everybody pushes and everything like that, in certain ways, they're not actually experts. As it currently stands, there are over 220,000 people in the United States of America alone that call themselves financial advisors. According to certain studies done by Forbes magazine and other ones, of this 220,000 people, only about 4,000 of them are actually reputable. So out of 220,000 people running around call themselves financial advisors, and you know who I'm talking about. These are the bikini models basically running around on Instagram talking about, sign up with me and I'm gonna teach you the secrets of crypto. Sign up with me and I'll teach you basically how a 401k works. These are the people that you see doing all these live classes on Facebook, pretty much talking about their financial advisors. Pay me $1,000 and I'll teach you pretty much the secrets to success. There are over 220,000 of these people running around or whatever. And according to according to Forbes magazine and a couple other articles that are out here, only about 4,000 of them pretty much are even credible. That means less than 1/10 of 1% of the people who are calling themselves financial advisors are actually competent. So my personal opinion is I would just avoid all that and self-educate myself. Next, monkeys and experiments pretty much have been done by different people. And Forbes magazine actually ran an article a couple of years ago where monkeys basically you routinely beat the experts, the Harvard MBAs. They routinely beat a lot of the financial experts that are out here in regards to the return on investments, basically for the stocks that they chose. In other words, animals in certain respects pick better stocks than basically the people who certain people are paying thousands of dollars every year to manage their stocks and to manage their portfolios. In other words, people self-educate yourself, do it yourself. It's not as challenging as people try to make it out to be. And if you think about it, most professional athletes, they say go broke less than 5 years after they're done playing basketball, football, baseball, running track, or whatever. Well, guess what? Most professional athletes and musicians, what do they do when they make money? They hire personal finance advisors to advise their money. These people have no incentive whatsoever to basically help you grow your money. They do have an incentive, however, to put you in risky bets, so they can basically when things hit the fan, they can get the commissions and you lose your money. So stop giving all your money that you worked so hard for someone else to manage. God has given you the ability and the mind. You can manage it yourself. Next, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. As I stated earlier, there's over 220,000 people running around America call themselves financial advisors. There's only about 4,000 of them that actually qualify to call themselves financial advisor. So instead of wasting all that time trying to find the 1/10 of 1% that are actually competent, my advice is, like I said, pick up 1 or 2 books and read what exactly is an IRA. Listen to YouTube videos, go to the internet, basically self-educate yourself. Financial advisors are essentially paid to make investments that are as complicated as possible, and they want to make sure that what they're investing in is as complicated as possible so that you have to keep coming back to them. What incentive does a financial advisor have to make what you invest in to be easy and to be simple? Because if they make it easy and they make it simple, that means there's no reason for you to continue to come back to them. That's the reason why when you walk into any bank and any financial advisor in this country, pretty much, or any Bitcoin billionaire or Instagram fitness model, whoever call themselves a financial advisor now, that's the reason why when you start talking to these people, they use these long words, or they'll hand you a stack of papers about this thick with the different types of investments you can go into. They are incentivized to make it as complicated as possible. That way you have to keep going back to them and paying them $100 an hour or $75 an hour or whatever they're charging, so they can continue to basically advise you and continue taking your generational wealth. So my advice is keep it as simple as possible. Only invest in things that you understand. It's extremely easy, people, to go online and to find out how does a 403B work. It is extremely easy to go to your company if you work in corporate America and talk to your HR rep and be like, excuse me, what percentage of my income that I invest into my 401k does this company match? It is extremely easy, basically, to figure out how do I do a Roth IRA, or how do I do a Roth IRA rollover, rather. Don't make this stuff complicated. People are incentivized to make this as hard as possible. And I'm telling you, becoming financially literate is not about being smarter than the system. And it's not even really about being all that complex. Essentially, all you have to do is find something that works for you and continue to do that. In my particular case, every time I get paid, I have a certain percentage of my income basically that goes to my IRA, that goes to my Roth IRA, that goes to my children's 529, that goes to my housing funds, that go to my investments, that go to emergency funds. Every time I get paid, I have different things that go to different types of systems as far as what they make. And I don't pay any financial advisor anything to do that. And once again, I spent over $100,000 to get my MBA. And I'm telling you right now, people, it's not as complicated as they want to make it seem. A simple plan is vastly more valuable than doing something that's extremely complicated that you have to pay somebody thousands of dollars every year to manage. And lastly, people, books, podcasts, YouTube, and the internet. As I stated earlier, people, we live in the information age. There is no reason why you cannot go online and literally learn anything. I studied mechanical engineering in undergrad. I have an MBA in finance. And I'm telling you right now, people, there is nothing that in the financial world that is nearly as complicated as nursing, as medical school, as engineering, as law, or whatever that investing is. I'm not saying that investing is easy, and I'm not trying to sit here and poo-poo the people who did go the finance route. Once again, I went the educational route when I got mine. But I'm telling you right now, people, there is no reason you cannot self-educate yourself and become financially literate on very simple concepts. I can explain to a 7-year-old how a 403B works. I can explain to a 7-year-old how a Roth IRA works. You should be able to explain your investment so well that your 90-year-old grandmother who honestly thought that investing was putting her money in a milk carton knows basically why she should invest in this account, why she should invest in this account versus this account. You should be able to make it that simple. And that is the way finance works. You don't need to go to people based on these long titles and these nice cars with these extremely nice watches and extremely nice pieces of jewelry and invest in things that you can pretty much learn on your own. So like I said, everyone, in closing, I knew this was going to be one of those videos that was going to trigger a lot of people. Similar to the relationship videos that I've done, I knew this was going to anger a lot of folks. And I'm not here to try to basically tick you off. I'm not here to make you mad. But when I see some of the stuff online, pretty much that people are pushing in regards to becoming financially independent and being wealthy and building generational wealth, to me, they're selling people dreams on lies. And the stuff that they're telling people to do, in my opinion, is not going to lead you to the road to success. If anything, it could potentially lead you to bankruptcy court. And as I said earlier, on this channel, Financipation, this channel is all about making money, it's all about saving money, and it's all about building generational wealth. And I want you to basically be able to financially emancipate yourself from generational poverty. And the best way, and one of the easiest ways to do that, is essentially get this idea out of your mind that you have to pay somebody to help you manage your wealth. You built that wealth yourself. You're the one that got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're the one that basically was working 40 or 50 hours a week pretty much to stack your paper. You're the one that basically was working 70 to 80 to 90 hours a week on your business to stack your paper. You were the one that built that money. So why in the world, after you spent all those years and all that time pretty much building your own wealth and your own portfolio, why would you turn around and give it to a person who does not know you and who has no incentive whatsoever to basically manage your wealth when you can do it yourself? So that, everybody, I hope you like this video. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. If I ticked you off, I apologize for that. It was not my intention. But guys, financial literacy is not that complicated. Find something that works and do it consistently and spend less money than you make. It's literally as simple as that. Take it easy, everybody. It's your boy, Chris. I'm out. Peace.